Hey guys, happy Thursday, Throwback Thursday, weekly wrap up Thursday. Okay.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
God, girl, y'all.
Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Two Real Chicks weekly wrap up, where we basically talk about all the stories that have been trending throughout the week on social media and pop culture and the news, all the things, right? And it's been quite a week. Crazy ass week.
It has. So Leah,
For
how
no reason.
past week? What the hell? Tell us your business.
That's your problem. She always want to ask me about my motherfucking business
Yeah.
and don't never want to tell her motherfucking business.
I don't. I be telling y'all nothing. Giving y'all dust.
And that's the thing. She want to make me the sacrificial lamb. That's why we not friends now.
She say that. She be saying that, y'all. Talking big shit on here. I don't know why.
I'm not her friend for real.
Big shit talking.
I'm not her friend for real. Y'all can believe her if you want to. I'm not. I'm just doing this shit because I made a commitment and I said I was gonna do it. But after this season is over with, that's it. I'm
Did
through.
she tell us that last season, y'all? She said this before. It's giving,
Whatever.
It's giving deja vu.
Whatever. I'm just tired. I'm tired of her and I'm tired of her shit. Anyways, since she want motherfuckers to be in my business,
All of any. Yes.
my mouth been hurting.
It sounds bad when you say it like that. It sounds bad.
It been hurting and I ain't been doing nothing with it but eating food. But for real, it started on Sunday and it just came out of nowhere. And then Monday, my jaw was swollen. I'm not on camera today because I don't really feel like being on camera, but it was hurting, needless to say. And it's been that way for the past week. I made a dentist appointment, and it's gonna happen, I think, Tuesday, whenever the 31st is, which is a long fucking ways out. But I've been dealing with it. I think I'm coming out on the other side of it. It's not too bad, but it still hurts. So.
Yeah. Oh, child, I can't do my fucking teeth pain. I ain't been up to shit though. Outside of Leah's mouth. That's all that has been going on. I think things have been pretty calm. I mean, we got some personal stuff going on, but like,
do tell, since you had to make me tell my business.
I'll just say this. I'll give y'all a little bit, okay? So, I'm feeling like at this point in my life, I'm tired of people just knocking over my boundaries that I have set. And it's time to have some real tough conversations with some family because, yeah, I don't like what's going on. I don't like it too much. So, we're going to get into that in another episode, I'm sure. Because all these episodes have to do with something with us that's in the podcast stuff. But the weekly wrap-ups, honey, we get into the tea. Not our tea, but famous people's tea.
Yes, famous people's tea. So, as y'all can probably tell by the title, we're going to talk about Keith Lee and all the controversy that has been going on with him this week. And this is like fairly new. Okay, fairly new. And Black TikTok specifically had a lot to say about this particular controversy. We're going to talk about Beyoncé giving the performance of a lifetime, performing in Dubai, getting paid a whopping $35 million. And it was worth every penny, I'm sure. And we're also going to talk about Blueface and Chrisean Rock. Chrisean announced that she was pregnant last week or week before last, and it's just been a shit show ever since. Blueface is questioning whether or not he is the pappy. We're going to get into all of that. And we're going to talk about this Tart influencer trip and how in the year of 2023, it was still lacking in diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got
that's what we got.
Tart thing. Because y'all know a couple of years ago with the whole controversy with them not having enough shades, and now we back to this shit. Y'all, I got some.
We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it, and then there's some more influencer drama and other stuff that we've been seeing that we will talk about. Talk about what? Talk about it. The fuck. There's other influencer drama that we are going to talk about. But first, let's get into.
But first, there's more.
No, that's not. Oh my gosh, I was fucking it up. Let's get into the first thing up here that we are going to talk about, and I believe it is Beyonce performing in Dubai.
Y'all, I haven't seen it, but it looked beautiful by the pictures that I saw on Instagram and Twitter. Beyonce is amazing regardless. Period. It's Beyonce. Come on now. She's going to do good.
This is the thing though, right? It's very funny. I wish we could play the video, but YouTube is gonna copyright us, and I think that's kind of stupid because it's just like, why not? Why can't we play the fucking video? But you've been seeing all of the things and going on social media, like pertaining to this performance in particular. They were not even supposed to be filming it. Like, people were sneaking their phones out. And
I can't blame them though.
Filming this before, I don't blame them either. I don't, and I'm not mad at them. Y'all were the sacrificial lambs, and you made sure that we got the clips. And I don't blame you for it at all.
No.
But they weren't supposed to be filming the performance. I guess there was like a fashion show that was going on during this entire weekend, and this was a performance to celebrate the grand opening of the Atlantis Royal Hotel that just opened up in Dubai.
So I'm guessing that's like a fancy hotel.
Yeah. First of all, Dubai is fancy anyways. They do it big over there.
To go to Dubai one day. I can't wait till I got enough money.
Do you hear me? It's relatively cheap. Like, the flights are going to be expensive because it's like a 24-hour trip. It's quite a ways, right? Yeah. But when you get over there, your money goes quite a long way. And this was like the trip to be a part of. This was something that if you got invited to it, you got to see a show.
It's
honestly
like a Beyonce party. Like when Beyonce have parties, it's very hush hush, and you really into the next day or a week after. So this is very on brand for Beyonce. Like very on brand.
Very much on brand.
I would love to go to one of her concerts, but I don't know how I would do with all that screaming in one building. Anybody's concert, but especially Beyonce. You got people trying to do her whole entire like performance in the stands, and it's like, bro, this is a very small space, and I pay good money to be here. I ain't
for real.
Out because you wanna kill a nigga, or you wanna sit here and give me a concussion because you wanna kick and scream, flip and flop. I ain't got time for all that.
And honestly, like, I'm not a Beyonce fan by any means. I'm not. But if somebody gave me a ticket to one of her concerts, I would go. I'm not going to go out and purchase a ticket per se because I'm not like that big of a fan.
Yeah.
Now, if it were Rihanna, I would, because I actually listen to her music. But like Beyonce, I'm not a part of the Beehive. I'm not just like a big fan of her music. Now, I didn't say I didn't like her music, because there's a difference. I'm just not a fan.
I can accept that.
You know what I'm saying? Because she has some bangers. She got some songs that I like.
Yes.
When she was a part of Destiny's Child and when she went solo, but I'm just not. Again, I'm just not a big fan. I don't rush to listen to an album when she puts it out. I don't rush to buy all of her products that she puts out.
Products. I don't want that shit.
But I would definitely go to a concert because I know for a fact I'm going to get a show. It's an experience.
For sure.
I'm just not paying the money because I ain't got no money.
Doing this pop-up like surprise, I'm here kind of concert. It's very secret, very hush-hush. I love that, and I love that the people that went was able to experience that, because I hear a lot of the times going to a Beyonce concert, one of the big names, you know, going to one of their concerts is kind of like a once in a lifetime thing. Even if you can't afford to go to multiple of her concerts,
Mm-hmm.
like it is an experience. Like when people see Rihanna in person at the Super Bowl, that is going to be an experience of a life.
Bro, I would kill to be at the Super Bowl. I wouldn't kill. I ain't gonna say that. But I would like I would love to be at a Rihanna concert where a football game is happening.
Yes. Just so happened that Rihanna's there halftime. It
No,
just
it just so happened that a football game is going on. That's what just so happened.
have a concert in the middle of this said football game. Like
And
that's
she was really, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Pisces are some of the sweetest people.
girl
She was nice enough.
of Pisces.
She was nice enough to let these people play this game during her concert. She could have said no.
These are true Pisces ways.
She could have said no. She could have been like, "Nah, fam,
I don't want to do that.
you ain't doing that shit. Find somewhere else." But she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna let y'all play all a game or whatever, but it's my concert."
Last year's, because what was that? Mary J. Blige. You got Eminem.
Oh, that was a show. That was the shit.
Dog. Now that was that.
They ate that up. They ate that the fuck up. Like, come on now. That was one of the best halftime performances I've seen in a long time.
I think I had seriously watched that whole halftime show multiple times.
Yeah, that was a shit there.
Well, I was like,
shit.
This is good. This is real good.
But back to Beyonce, because this is what we're talking about. I feel like this performance, she did a deal with Netflix. I think it's like a 3-part deal or something like that. We already got the Homecoming documentary, her Coachella documentary.
That just gave me chills. Don't tell me this is about to be on Netflix.
Baby, listen.
Girl.
I think it is. That this performance is going to be one of the ones where it ends up being on Netflix. And
literally cried. I cried.
Let me tell you something. I did not go to Coachella that weekend, but when I say I was jealous,
I was there. Okay, in spirit, I was there. I was on.
I put my headphones in because I seen a video, I think on Facebook or somewhere. I put them headphones in, and as far as I knew, I was there.
Yes, it was a performance
down, and it was really worth the wait because she was supposed to have been performed a year prior.
Yeah.
But she was pregnant with her babies at that time.
Yep.
But it was like, whether she put it off for 2 years or 10 years, it was going to eat regardless because it's Beyonce.
Yep. I love the coordination of her outfits, the costumes, the stage performance.
I love the HBCU presence, the whole marching band situation.
I loved it.
The whole, I'm going to show y'all how black I really am. I was loving it. I was here for it all.
People do be saying, they feel like Beyonce is not with the culture. She's not really black for real. Da 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 da. They try to put that on her.
Yeah, it's a black woman. Shut the fuck up.
Makes music where she can really, pop. She does a lot of her big songs are pop songs. And at the end of the day, Beyonce still is queen. Period. And when she shows up, and she shows out.
But this is the thing, though. Beyonce is a very much mainstream artist, not audience. She's a mainstream artist, and she's managed to cross over and be able to do R&B and pop and stuff like that. Pop, R&B, all the things.
All the things.
And I feel like it's one thing to say, I'm not really a fan of Beyonce. I like some of her songs, but I'm not a fan. But it's a whole other thing for you to try to say, oh, she's overrated and she's not that talented and she's not that good. That's a lie.
It's really a lie.
That's a lie. That is a lie. And I'm going to need for y'all to come with valid receipts. And a lot of people, like every time they talk about Beyonce, they're always saying, oh, she blackballed so-and-so, or she stopped them from having a prosperous career. Aaliyah would have been bigger than Beyonce. And it's just like,
first of all,
I need y'all to stop, because these women were on their way to stardom and they were in their own lane and they were doing it their own way.
Yeah.
Fans like different artists for different reasons.
Yeah.
We love Aaliyah because Aaliyah had fashion sense and she was doing things fashionably that were like ahead of the time.
That she definitely was ahead of her time, for sure.
They definitely called her a fashion icon. And I do believe that she would have been at Beyonce, Rihanna, Michael Jackson status had she lived long enough. But we won't know that because she was taken from us tragically. But Beyonce is she is one of the greatest entertainers.
This is a fact.
And I don't give a damn what you say or how you feel. It is what it is. She can sing. She can.
We can say she can sing and dance. We can say that because honey can't. She not a good actress.
Acting, she could work on it a little bit, you know. But like she can sing. She can put on a show. Period. And ain't nobody going to flocking and buying her tickets for no reason. That woman can put on the show. She's good.
If Beyonce album right now, this very second, my life would stop until I hear that whole entire fucking album, because that's just how much of a fan I am. But Renaissance, her recent work, it took me a couple of listens to get through it. But honey, once I did, I got my favorites. I have some favorites.
It grew on me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't listen to the whole album.
It's so good. Like one song flows into the next. The whole
album, I've heard that.
One listen, but when you're listening to it, you're like, how many songs have I listened to? Then you go you down 5 fucking songs. It is so good. So fucking good.
Like, I've heard that too. And I think Beyonce comes from a generation where they took time and they put time into their craft. And it wasn't like something that was rushed. It wasn't microwave popcorn music
like Drake's
album. We're getting right now.
Like Drake's album.
And you have a lot of influence on the culture when you can change when Billboard starts like their charting system or however, you know what I'm saying? People drop their music on Fridays and by Monday you'll know who's in the top 10. That used to be something that happened on Tuesdays. Super Tuesdays was a thing back then, and a lot of y'all ain't gonna remember that. But Beyonce came and dropped her self-titled album on a Friday. She shook some shit up. Like, come on now. But anyways, we can go on a whole tangent about Beyonce, but
so let's get into Mr. Keith Lee. I'm obsessed with this man. I don't have a crush on him. I'm just obsessed with a black man doing good. Doing great. Being a good family man. So let's get into his Good Morning America video, child, because
before we do that, let's back it up a little bit.
I'll stop
and explain how we got here.
I mean, we can do that, but I was going to say that after the video so they can know how we got here. They can see it in the video.
No, but I'm saying before he even got to Good Morning America.
Oh, okay. So Keith used to do a lot of videos about his pregnant wife at the time. She was pregnant. And then he started to do these food reviews.
Not that. Let's just play the video and then we can talk about
trying to get there.
Because they'll know a little bit of his backstory.
Yeah.
Let's just play the
video. For a big surprise for a beloved local bakery owner, our Will Reed is outside her shop in Brooklyn with TikTok sensation Keith Lee.
Keith uses his TikTok, which has nearly 10 million followers, to highlight small businesses. And here's a look.
I'm in New York. I got a chopped cheese, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a bunch of snacks I've never tried before. My wife is personally convinced this is the best local spot here in Vegas. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. Yesterday afternoon, I got an email. The email read, I'm an employee at Frankincense Pizzeria. It's really slow. We really can't afford rent, and we would love for you to come and try the food. I got it. Let's try it. Garlic knots, all for it. These look amazing. Boy. Since the Frankincense news, I haven't been able to get to them through the phone. I see why. I just pulled up. I see why. The door is all the way up here. The line goes all the way back there. This is crazy.
Somebody saw this man on TikTok.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
The power of TikTok and the power of Keith. And Keith.
Let's talk about the Tarte influencer. If you haven't been on the timeline.
If you guys want to see that whole video, we will link it so y'all can see, because it is kind of long, but okay, Leah, let's get into that.
Okay, so he was embroiled in a bit of a controversy earlier this week because a woman who says that she's a freelance producer, accused him of being a thief. She made a video saying that a creator who is beloved by all stole my idea. Essentially, he had been shopping idea around with producers about a television series. That's not an original idea because people in his comment section always say he should be on a TV show, which I don't disagree with.
Same thing.
But the way when Keith made his video addressing the situation, the way Black TikTok got on this woman's ass was fucking hilarious.
Down. Okay.
When I say Lizzo, Tabitha Brown, Keith, who else? They've got some really good prayer warriors behind them, because when I tell you this woman had to come back and be like, well, I'm not going to make an apology video because I'm not going to apologize for feeling how I feel about somebody saying my idea. But Keith, first of all, that video wasn't about you. Like, it wasn't about you. And I don't think people understand that ideas can exist in a way that they don't normally exist. Bitch, is it an alternate way ideas can? What are you talking about? An idea is not yours until it is executed. Do y'all understand that? Like, you don't own an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I can have 1,001 ideas and somebody else can have those same ideas. Those ideas become the property of a person when they put action to it.
Yeah.
So if I say I want Keith Lee to be on a TV show, okay, everybody has that idea. Mm-hmm. But let's get specific. I want Keith Lee to be on a TV show where he travels around the world and he highlights local businesses in the cities and towns that he's traveling in, much like he does on TikTok. Okay, then you get into specifics like that, and it's like, okay, now you're stealing my idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, like, girl, what?
So many people, like, if you go to any of his videos, I'm sure you can go from 1 to 20 plus people saying, bro, you need to be on TV. Where's working? They're tagging BET, they're tagging Tyler Perry, they're tagging the Food Network and all the other places.
Yeah.
The OWN network is OWN. I can't even say OWN. There we go. That network, they're tagging people all day long, saying this man needs to be on television. And that wasn't her original idea. Honey, thousands, hundreds of people have said that before. Girl, you just want to be seen and heard. And you
wanted some clout.
Find it. And now look what happened 3 days later. This man was on Good Morning Motherfucking America.
Good morning. Man, when I seen the clip, I smiled. I was so happy because oftentimes Black men are painted in such a light where it's just like they don't do for their families. They don't they are absentee fathers. They're this and that and the third. And it's like, this man was a fighter.
Yeah.
He was a fighter, and that was his job, and that's what he used to support his family. You know what I'm saying? He married his wife, and they have 2 beautiful children. They have a beautiful family, and he's present. This ain't no 2 divorced parents, and it's a single mom. No, this is a family man, a God-fearing family man. He's present in his kids' lives. He's a proud girl dad. Loves his kids, sets the standard for any man that decides they want to date his kids. Like, listen, you got to come like me or get on. Like, for real. Like, he's setting such a positive example on this app for Black men and Black families, and to have somebody who's a part of our community, I might add, tear him down like that and try to do some bullshit like that. Like, girl, you deserve to get the dragon that you got.
Yeah.
You deserve that.
What I love though about that whole situation is he addressed it head on, because he gave her, I think he said 48 hours to respond. And in the comments, she was reacting to the comments on her video, basically agreeing, he's a terrible person, calling him out his name, all that type of stuff. And of course, there's going to be Keith Lee haters. You can't have, without your haters. And he was like, you didn't say shit. You didn't, the silence is what's going to get you fucked up every single time. And then when you do say something and it's bullshit, Okay, I'm just gonna keep home going and going about my day. But this man was on Good Morning America the same week some bullshit happened. And I know I used to ask myself, well, why doesn't he get hate videos? Why don't people talk crazy about Keith? I mean, you don't really have much to say. Either you like the same burger that he put in his mouth, or
you don't.
Like, it is what it is. But to try to sit here and call him a thief, oh, that's a reach, honey. That's
very much.
That's a fucking reach.
And then, like, that if an influencer has gotten to a certain level of success, I think he said he had a lawyer and an agent.
Yep.
Now. And then too, like, y'all have to think, he is, he said, I have a lot of things coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of big things happening for me this year. And I don't need this label, this title attached to me. He understands that that language is important. Labels are important.
Yes.
When you put that label of like, oh, he's a thief, or he's a this, he's a that, da 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 da. And his brand is very wholesome, very family friendly. What the fuck?
It's a ton
of damn. His brand is very much family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he could have sued that woman for defamation because you stopping my money when you do shit like that. Yeah. But it backfired in her face because she had to backpedal and be like, oh, that wasn't about him. I would never do that. Da, 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 da. I can't accuse him of stealing an idea that never existed. Oh, now it didn't exist. But in your last video, it existed. Which is it? Are you fucking delusional?
She's delusional.
Like, what the hell?
I'm happy.
Girl.
I'm happy that he is walking to the success that he is.
Yes.
Like, I wish that I see other Black people on the app, be able to open up those doors of opportunity for themselves as well. Like, I know I watch S. Johnson voiceover, Tim Stefan. He does the Snack Daddy food reviews.
I love his reviews.
He's so fucking hilarious. And I know he's been picked up with a couple. Last year, he was able to do like voiceovers for, I believe, a TV show and a commercial. So like he's getting his deals together as well. And it's like, these are married men that are doing well. And if anything comes out about any of them doing disgusting things, like cheating on their wife or like just weird shit, I'm gonna be so disappointed. What the fuck, bro?
But this is a perfect segue into our next topic. But like, I feel like this should open up a lot of people's eyes to show like Black people, we are more than beauty and hair and fashion influencers. We can do food. We can do lifestyle content. We can do other things. We don't have to be a caricature to be successful. And he ain't never made a caricature out of Black women or Black people. He just went and did his food reviews. And to think that he has like social anxiety, and this was his way of like getting over it. Yeah. And I'm glad that brands are starting to see his value and, stuff like that. And I hope it continues.
And what he is worth and some. Don't shortchange this man just because he do look.
Amen.
Pay this man what he is worth, because he could easily walk into a multi-million-dollar TV deal and him and his family will be set for the rest and the rest of their grandkids' lives. Like, don't fuck this man over, please, world. Please don't fuck him up. Don't do that. Don't.
Please don't.
Positive things in this world. He's doing what a lot of other people should do with their money. Instead of, going out buying all these houses that you can't even afford once the taxes come in every, couple of quarters. Do this guy right.
He's being very philanthropic. And
who's ever walked to, the financial things, like I hope he has a person that's going to help him with the finances once he do get this lump sum of money that's going to start coming in. Like, I just want the universe to do him right.
Amen.
Oh.
Amen.
But do you want to get into the Krishan Rock or the Tart?
We're going to do this Tart situation. We're going to save Krishan for last because I'm about sick of her and her whole drama. I'm not even going to hold you.
So this Tart thing, like I was saying in the beginning of the podcast, y'all. Okay, I have been knowing about Tart and their controversy for a very long time. This brings back years. Like, this gives me OG YouTube when Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley literally had to help Tarte come out with a bigger scale of shade shades for their brand.
Yeah, that was full of shit.
Really thanks to Jackie Aina this was happening, because Jackie Aina is a darker skinned woman, and Tarte really wasn't, Black people friendly. They went up to shades that even I wouldn't even be able to use, and I'm not that damn dark. I'm not. So it was fucked up. And they did switch some things around, and I know the Tarte Shape Tape thing was canceled for a second, but y'all, they back in the goddamn news. So let's get into this video.
Let's watch.
Let's talk about the Tarte influencer trip. If you haven't been on the timeline or the For You page, there is a brand trip going on, being held and hosted by Tarte in Dubai. And they're flying out a bunch of influencers, of course, Alex Earl, Monet, Iskor Lawrence, the Mien twins. Basically, they're inviting their Tarte partners, and they get to bring a +1. A bunch of them are posting so much content. A lot of them are just now getting there. Actually, it's probably nighttime by the time I'm recording this. They got to their hotel rooms, and y'all, these villas are amazing. They got their own personal bathroom, endless merch, tons of makeup. Y'all, there's so much product that they have for them. A lot. They also had clothes, a makeup product, more clothes, swimsuits, just a whole bunch of stuff for them. Now, this isn't just a Tarte, trip for US influencers. This is from Tarte, partners from all over the world. So literally 8 different countries, 50 inspiring, Tarte ladies, I don't know, plus their +1s. So basically it's a big old trip. Now, people are talking about it for various reasons. One, how the heck can Tarte afford all this? Second thing, just seeing, people that they follow for a long time get this opportunity. Other people, kind of talk out of jealousy and FOMO because, these are people that, have attained a status and they want to go to that. And then there are people who are having valid conversations about, oh, there's a recession, right now. They're flying out influencers to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this trip, and it's so not relatable. All of that very valid. For me, I honestly don't feel a way about it because this is honestly no different than other influencer trips that we've seen in the past. And again, this is being held by Tarte globally. So honestly, the money they're showing out to finance this trip, it's kind of like lunch money compared to how much they are net worth wise. Although their net worth is not known, they acquired approximately over $36 million in profit net worth wise last year. And a Japanese company bought out probably $136 million stake in the company. So they're making money. So they're happy to spend it, whatever marketing wise that they want to. But let me know what y'all think about this whole influencer trip, and should these even still be a thing with everything going on currently? And, we'll discuss it more.
Let's talk about that. So Tarte, I swear, over the years, they just keep being put in positions to where it looks like they're not inclusive to a lot of...
It don't look like they ain't.
The brown skins. And honestly, that's just not a brand that I would go towards. I wouldn't go and be like, oh my God, I'm going to go touch on Tarte. Though you may have great product, you don't really care about my skin complexion. So why the fuck would I, pay into your company? But these influencer trips, I know used to be really popular between 2010 to 2016, even hell up to 2019, right before the pandemic. These were very popular things. People used to, get on these brands, they will become brand ambassadors, and then they would get a whole line of products. Say, Rihanna, if she was in the 2020 to 2019 era, she would send out these things, not just saying her, but these other brands, they would send out large PR packages, and these white Caucasians and lighter skinned people would get all of this stuff, and then Black creators would get shades they can't even fucking put on. So this situation runs really, really deep. I just don't care enough about Tarte as a brand to even be as an outrage as others. But I would love to see Black creators being a part of this, because YouTube Black was created because of there not being enough diversity when it came to these collaborations with Black creators versus the white creators. And people, that weren't Black was upset when YouTube Black had made their Black creator thing. So it's just still fuck Tarte, really. That's my wrap up. as far as that from right now. It's like, it's just fuck Tarte. It's fuck them.
So I've been seeing a lot of discourse about this on social media. Obviously, it was populated my For You page right around the same time that the whole Beyonce performance in Dubai was, which I think is crazy. The fact that they did that at the same time. But anyways, I think that there was a video that was made where this girl, this lawyer, she stitched the CEO's video that she posted. The CEO of Tarte posted a video, and she was like, when you go on our website, I just want you to be able to see people that look like you. And so she went into their website, and she see nobody. She's like, I'm just trying to see if I see somebody that look like me. And then somebody took her video and made another video about it and was like, we need to stop complaining about these brands who are not being inclusive. Like, stop trying to get ourselves into spaces where we're not wanted or included. This woman is very unapologetic about her marketing tactic. She's marketing to her audience in a very unapologetic way. We are not her target audience, so we need to stop trying to make ourselves be a part of that. And I agree. I understand from like both sides of the spectrum. On one hand, Black influencers, the OGs, Alyssa Ashley, Jackie Aina. I'm trying to think of, I don't know too many other OG YouTube girlies.
It's a lot of them. If you know the Black influencer sector, when it comes to the beauty guru girls from the old days, then you know.
Then you know what I'm talking about. They set the trends. Patricia Bright.
Oh my God, I love Patricia.
Yes, they set the trends. Like, they were the girlies who, especially when you are a dark-skinned woman and you can't find products that are your shade. Come on now. That's already hard enough as it is. But like, Black people set the trends on social media and everybody else falls in line. Black women especially. And so I'm not understanding why.
Now. Don't do that.
What happened?
I said, don't be born with no big ass now. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't be born with no full lips and the natural hair. Don't do that. Don't let it be natural, because now all the girlies who ain't got it, they got to go buy it. And they're gonna be the ones to get the brand deals. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Girl, we ain't
gonna talk about it. But like, Black women set the trend and everybody else falls behind. And it's like, what I'm not understanding is why, when you do these influencer trips, when you are paying in, because essentially Tarte didn't spend any money paying these influencers. They didn't pay them. They didn't. They did not.
Wow.
Tarte, their trip was payment. Their trip was payment. They were supposed to post content. The only thing Tarte may have spent money on were flights and hotels. But they didn't pay these influencers. And like, honestly, it's a win-win situation, because they get more following, Tarte gets more profit and promotion for their products. That's basically how this works.
I guess all the like product, because I saw in the video there was so much like of the Tarte brand, they gave them that type of stuff. So I'm sure like food, drinks, it was all taken care of. But
they partnered with like some small businesses in the area, like in Dubai. They partnered, I think, with some hotels and stuff like that kind of helped them, give them a lot more gifts that they got. And the only reason why I know this is because I just seen a video today. When I was trying to find a video to talk about the situation, I saw a video where somebody explained how it worked. We don't know details of like how much the trip cost, but we know that Tarte didn't pay for them to like pay the influencers, specifically. But
$1,000, $100,000, it had to have been.
But of course, because you're flying to Dubai and you're getting them these villas and all this kind of stuff. But what I was saying, what I'm not understanding is when these brands have these big trips, brands like Tarte, brands like, I don't know, Too Faced, I don't know.
I think
when they're having these big brand trips, why aren't creators of color being considered?
Because
what's wrong with us?
Like of color aren't sitting at that table saying, oh, Jenny, aka Jennifer from Brooklyn, New York, with the brown skin, they don't think about her. They're thinking about Samantha with the pale skin. They're not thinking about us. We're not.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, social media has made it to where you can see like who's popular. Everybody knows about Jackie Aina. Everybody knows about Alyssa Ashley. Everybody knows about Patricia Bright. All the OG influencers that started this thing on YouTube. Everybody knows about them. In the same way that everybody knows about Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, what's the other one name?
Patrick Star,
all of them.
Charles, all of them.
James Charles, yeah, that's the other one. The same way they know about them and they get invited onto these brand trips, it's the same way they know about these Black creators. And what I'm not understanding is, in this day and age, in 2023, why is there still exclusionary things happening where you might only get one or two people to represent all the minorities? That's not fair.
This puts me in the mind of a YouTuber that I really enjoy watching. Her name's Amber Martin. She's so just chill, but she was on a brand trip a couple of years back, and she was, I think, one of two of the only Black creators that was on this brand trip. And she, in the video, was like, I would never do this the fuck again ever in my life.
I wouldn't either.
She hasn't did it. If anything, she accepts PR, but like, she really was looking around like, these girls don't look like me. Our products don't match our skin tone. These are the darkest ones. Like, it was very giving her like I was an afterthought. She said when she got the invite, it was already, some of the girls are already there. That's crazy. She just went so she could be y'all, your trophy Black girl. But
to make it look like y'all had diversity.
Yep. And she was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And she hasn't. She hasn't did anything else with any brands that she knows it's not inclusive to brown skinned people. And I think, like I was saying, I don't think that we are even on the table when these brands think about trips, because I don't fucking know why I can't say because I don't know. I don't, but I think
I just feel like,
go ahead.
To the point that the video, I couldn't find that video, and I was trying to, but I'm like, we just gonna use the video that we use. But in that video, she was like, stop trying to force ourselves into spaces that we don't belong. And it's like, on the other hand, I agree, because it's like, we're going to stick to the brands that we know have our shades.
Hopefully.
And it wasn't until like 2018, 2019, when Fenty Beauty came out, that's when motherfuckers wanted to really start to like include shades for the brown skin girls. That's why Fenty is so successful.
Yeah.
Because you really want to be real about it.
Honestly, like, people had to go to MAC to even get shades that match their
skin.
And other brands was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do these 20 right here, and
that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that's why Rihanna made in 2017, this brand's been on for like almost 6 years now. That is insane, first of all. But that is why she made the amount of money that she made. Okay. That is why she is so successful. That is why everybody will buy her products, because it's like, I know for a fact that Rihanna's going to have a shade in there for me.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different shades of brown. And when you get to the brown girls, that's when the problem really comes in, because it's like, now you have to really think about the different shades and like how light or how dark they need to be, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, we're gonna stick to the brands like Fenty, and I'm trying to think who else. I think Rare Beauty has shades for dark skinned girls. All Juvia's Place, Black owned brands that are gonna put us first. Yeah. We're gonna stick to them, because at this point, I'm not about to keep on having this same old argument with the brand who just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. I told you who my audience is. You're not a part of it. Get over it. It's basically what they've been saying ever since they came out with their concealer shades. They were not tailored towards, melanated people. And like, it's like, I understand that it's like, we should be included in spaces of luxury and beauty and things like that. But
have to make our own.
We do, but at the same time, think about it. We just had this whole situation with My Organics recently, where they did a partnership with a conglomerate, which would help them be able to distribute their products globally.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a business that is minority owned, women owned, when it's like a double or triple minority, it is hard to get funding. It is hard to get your products out there on a global scale, because you don't have the same funding as a business that's owned by a person who is a part of the bleach brigade, who's palm colored. It's hard, and that's just the facts of the situation. And it's like Brittany Rose said in her video that she posted on TikTok, brands who cater to minorities, they don't make as much money. It's really, really hard for them to be able to have brain trips like the one that Tarte had, because they don't have the funds to be able to do that. They don't always have the same amount of outreach. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's why it is so important for us to support brands, especially the ones that are Black owned, but also brands that include us, brands that understand that when you include everybody into your audience, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You fare better, and you'll get more people wanting to buy your stuff. Our dollar is just as powerful as that of like any other what the fuck? I can't talk today. Any other minority.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we have to come to that realization, and the sooner we do that, the better off we'll be. Because around this time next year, if they ever do another brand influencer trip, Tarte does, hopefully this won't be a topic of conversation. We'll just expect to not be included.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it from both sides.
They look like us. Because I do get it from both sides. I'm just so over the non-inclusivity. I don't even know how you would say that.
the non-inclusivity.
Yeah.
Inclusivity.
I'm tired of it. And it's like, we're in 2023. If y'all want to be that way, it's fuck you. I won't buy into your company. Fuck you.
I'm always go to NARS because NARS has my shade. I'm gonna go to Fenty because it's Rihanna, and we love Rihanna over here. Period. In the story. I'm gonna go to Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez, because I think she has stuff for the dark skin girlies. Maybelline, L'Oreal,
Elf, even hell, Elf got
NYX.
Yeah,
all of them. Any brand who has shades that are tailored to my skin tone, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah,
if I can afford it. Because some of y'all be a little expensive. But yeah, that's
bullshit. Some real bullshit. We ended this off for some fucking bullshit. So Chrisean Rock and Blueface, they back in the news again. They just keep coming back into the news. But yeah, Chrisean is apparently pregnant, and she was basically saying, I'm only keeping it because I'm tired of having abortions. I mean, good reason, pretty valid. I'll accept that answer for now. But they don't need to have no damn baby together. I know that. I'm not, for abortion. But at the same time, these two don't need to have no kid. But
let's watch this video.
Let's get into it, y'all.
Blue, Mr. Jonathan. We broke up. We broke up, whatever, we break up every other fucking weekend. Whatever. Long story short, I found out I was pregnant today on his birthday. We're arguing about something else, totally different. He's been smart and evil and spiteful, knowing whatever he want to say. I don't know. I really just put the news out because I want all the bad stuff to just do its course, because that's what it's just going to do. I'm not scared to say I'm pregnant. I'm saying it. I'm pregnant because I'm actually keeping it. I for sure know it's his baby. He's doing this maybe for clout. I'm not really sure. People have a spiteful bone in their body, and he's being spiteful. He could have held that to himself. Whatever. We could have got a DNA test. Then he shitted on me. when we get the DNA test and it says it's his child.
A hot ass mess. Indeed.
So
I'm so sick of them.
After she had came out and said that she was pregnant, Blueface came back. I wish I still had the tweeter. I was about to say the twitters, the tweets. But he was like, "That's not my baby. She's had sex with 10 men in the past year. I need a DNA test to prove that's my child." Okay, understandable. If you feel like she's gotten around, understandable. And she then retweets him and being like, "I don't know why you're being like this. You know the truth. I know the truth," type stuff. And then he went on a rant. She went on a rant, and she was just like, "Fuck him. Like, it is what it is." I want these two to get the fuck away from each other. I want her to be on the opposite side of the United States. Get out of LA. Get away from him. Get away from her. They just don't need to be together at all. At all. They break up every 5 seconds. Then they're back together. Then she's drunk out her ass. It is crazy. Days before, like a day or so before this, she was on the No Jumper podcast. And she downed a whole bottle of Hennessy. So it's like, if you knew you was pregnant, Krishan, why would you do that? That's crazy. That's insane. She's an alcoholic, and I think they do drugs. I don't know what he does, but I'm pretty sure it's about the same thing that she does. I need them to get away from each other. This is toxic at its finest. I don't like it.
Okay. I think I might link the episode or try to find the episode where we talked about them.
Oh, yeah, we did do an episode about them.
Go watch the episode. I will try to link it in the description box. But young girls, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Please be careful. Because it's shit like this that goes on with Krishan. That's just like, it's really sad, honestly. She's still got a lot of growing to do. And this baby is not going to make that any better. Because when you have a baby, I feel like you don't really get to experience life as a young person for real. I feel like you don't get as much room and grace to make mistakes. Because what ends up happening is your baby ends up paying for that when they get older in the form of childhood trauma. When they get to be an adult. And it's like, that's why you should wait before you start having kids. You should wait and make sure that you are mentally in a position where you'll be able to take care of that child financially, all the things, right? Making sure that your relationship with your partner is at least solid enough to where if you did have a baby, you wouldn't have outbursts like this.
Yeah.
And that's really, really crazy. And then I seen a video earlier this week where they were saying that she punched somebody on a red carpet or somewhere, and she's pregnant.
The head with a bottle recently too.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a very toxic dynamic what they have going on in their relationship. And it's like, that's like not what a child should be around. It's just a fucked up situation all around. Because here you are pregnant, you're pregnant by a man who don't treat you right anyway.
Yeah,
I already don't think the baby is his. And then instead of him handling that in private, he decided to put it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy. It's insane.
That's some bitch assness. That is what that is.
It really is. And it's like, that's not cool at all. And it's like, I just want to know, where are your people? Where is your support system? Where's your village?
Yeah. Well, we know he very much disrespects his mother and his sister. So with them being two close women in his life, for him not having no respect for them, I don't expect him to have, respect for Krishan.
But or any other woman.
Oh, where is their village? Where is the people that's going to sit beside them and be like, hey, bro, cut that shit out? Because even though we're grown, sometimes you need somebody to be like, hey, what the fuck is going on?
But think about it. Because my sister brought this point up. She was like, really? We ain't been grown that long. Like when you turn 18, that don't really make you grown for real.
Wait,
like
no.
it makes you legal, but that doesn't mean that you're grown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like we've only been grown maybe for like 7 or 8 years, maybe 5 years at the most. Because I feel like you start being grown or feeling grown when you have to like get on your own and have your own responsibilities and do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been grown for that long. We're still in a very much childlike mindset. And that's why we look to older people for guidance because they've been here. They've been where we are. We haven't made it to where they are yet. We will be lucky if we live to see 40, 50, 60, 80. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with these times, yeah.
That's why we look to them. That's why we always come to them when we're always asking them questions like, hey, what do I do in this situation? What do you think is the best course of action? That's why we're always seeking their guidance. And sometimes they were young too, and they grow up and they keep those same ideals, and unfortunately they pass them down to people who are our age, and then the cycle continues. So maybe they continue this behavior because they don't have anybody around them telling them, hey, you can go about this differently.
Yeah.
There are other ways you can air out your grievances and not have to be so public about it, and you not be so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they don't have that village just yet, but I hope she finds it, because
what we keep seeing from her family is just like they all have these outbursts. Nobody is like it. Even the mother, the daddy, like nobody is level headed from what I can see on social media. Like I know my mother, we may have her out sometimes, but Nicki be knowing what she talk about sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
period.
sometimes.
My mom be the same way. She be the same way. And it's like you be getting on my nerves because of the shit she be doing and you be saying, but you be right. You be doing shit. And sometimes I be doubting you because like some of the dumb shit you be doing, be like, girl, what the what the fuck are you doing? Like it be one of them moments, but it's like, you know what? Mama has been 25. Mama's been 38. Mama's been 19. Mama knows what it's like to be pregnant at a young age. Mama knows what it's like to have a little boy saying that he like you and doing this, that, and the third. Mama know the game. You might want to listen just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might want to listen. And some stuff that she's telling you, don't take it with a grain of salt.
It ain't always bullshit.
Don't just take it, exactly. It ain't always bullshit. It be the truth.
Yeah.
It be the truth. Sometimes mama does know best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wish that she had a mother like figure or somebody in her corner that would be like, listen. And honestly, she was on the Know For Sure podcast. She knows, she's very like aware of her situation. So she's not totally like oblivious. Lord have mercy. She's not totally oblivious to her situation. She knows the type of person that Blueface is. She said it in the video. We break up.
All of the interviews that I've seen of her, she says what we're already thinking.
Yeah, she know.
It's like, what the fuck are you still sitting there for, friend? Like, what's going on?
When I watched a little snippet of the Know For Sure podcast, and when I was watching it, she was like, I think that this is my person, and I think God sent me here to be in his life to kind of help him out a little bit. But it's like, that's not your person. He was with somebody already when you was trying to get with this man. God is going to send you somebody who is available for you already. He's not going to be tied up with any other woman. He's not going to be in another relationship. And you're not going to go through all this drama and all this bullshit that you're going through already. If you're a religious person and you believe in that, you know that that's not how that works.
He's not for her.
God not going to send you he's not going to send you something that doesn't have your name on it. I need you to make that make sense. And maybe I'm misquoting her or something like that, but y'all know the interview I'm talking about.
Hell, she even did a video the day that she had stole his phone. She did that live stream talking about I don't know if she was saying she was God or Blueface was God. Girl, it was too much. She was definitely
It was
hot,
weird.
but that girl got some demons that she needs to really, get together. She needs to. I don't know if she prays. I don't know, but she needs to get some good therapy. Like,
Yeah, I hope so. I hope she does.
mm-hmm.
And I hope that she can wake up and like at least for her baby's sake do better.
Get it the fuck together. As I stated on my Twitter, get it together. I hope
literally
this makes her get her together. That is what I hope.
We need some positive news, and I can't really think of a story that I've seen that has been positive on TikTok.
So that's good.
You said what?
We don't have COVID.
Well, that's good news. That's great. Cheryl Lee Ralph is performing at the Super Bowl, y'all. That's positive. We're gonna end it on that note. Cheryl Lee Ralph is performing at the Super Bowl. She's doing the Black National Anthem, before they do kickoff or whatever.
Mm-hmm. They don't need to be singing that either, but girl.
Why don't need to be singing the Black National Anthem? What's wrong with that?
You remember the knee thing. Did nobody want to hear that song? Mom didn't let her do the Black Anthem.
That is the Black National Anthem.
Which one?
Not the Star Spangled Banner.
I thought
the Black National Anthem.
That's what you said.
Girl, I said the Black. This is what the fuck I be talking about. This is why we're not friends now, because she don't be listening to what I be saying. I clearly said Black National Anthem is what I said. And they don't need to be doing that either. What's wrong? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I was so listening to that. Y'all. Ridiculous.
What are you saying? Anyways, back to what I was talking about.
Oh, we got
motherfuckers weren't listening. She's performing at the Super Bowl, and Babyface is also performing at the pregame show. He's doing America the Beautiful.
Of course.
But I am happy for her, honestly. She's been having an amazing year. She's been in this game for a while, for a very long time. She started out on Broadway doing Dreamgirls. She was the original Dreamgirl. And then she had acting roles in like Moesha, which is probably one of her most notable. She had Sister Act. Now she's in. Huh?
What was her role in Sister Act?
She was what's her name's mama? Singing does not pay the bills.
Really?
You had us thinking singing didn't pay the bills whole time you were singing.
Man, right, you motherfucker. Oh my God.
Singing does not pay the bills.
I have to watch the whole Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to really watch the whole fucking Super Bowl.
I ain't watched the whole thing. What I will do is I'm gonna watch her do the what's her name? The Black National Anthem. I need to figure out who's gonna do the national anthem, because I might watch it for that too.
They gonna do that too? Oh my God.
Yeah, you know that. Of course they're gonna do the national anthem. Duh. And then, we got Rihanna at the halftime show. She was just nominated for an Oscar for her song in Wakanda Forever. Oscar nominations came out.
It made me cry.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so fucking happy. Like, it's really just been a good year for Black women. For real, for real. Like, despite the fact that Viola Davis didn't get nominated for an Oscar for her role in The Woman King, which I still haven't seen yet, and I do want to see. But like, Angela Bassett has had a really amazing year. This wasn't even a movie that they were even going to consider, for the Oscars. This was a tribute to a man who was beloved by many, to a character that everybody like loved and enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? And so for this movie to be nominated for best costume design and best song and best supporting actress is so amazing. And it's like you don't get superhero movies in the Oscars that get nominated like that.
Mm-mm.
And they have, and I'm just so happy for Rihanna and Tim's, because Black women doing amazing things and they're being recognized. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we really be wanting, is to be recognized for some shit. Yeah. So it's been a good year for Black women. Cheryl Lee Ralph is doing her thing. She's won some Emmys. She's won some Golden Globes. And I hope she keeps her award, her award sweep up. And now I can't wait to see her perform at the Super Bowl. And I hope that Rihanna gives us an album this year.
I'm going to be petty and I'm going to tweet as she's singing. Singing does not pay the bills.
Man. You said singing didn't pay the bills, but you over here at the Super Bowl.
Singing your motherfucking ass off.
Okay. You talking about singing didn't pay the bills, but you was on Dreamgirls. What bills didn't it pay?
Let me find the fuck out. Let me find out. Singing really paid the motherfucking bills. This is a good episode, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming to listen to us banter upon these topics. We will see you Sunday for our weekly Two Real Chicks podcast. Honey, we
sorry because we didn't even do one last week. We know we don't get it together. But y'all, if you missed the stream, be sure to catch us on the playback. We're gonna try to post snippets of this one on our shorts and social media, and I hope it sounds right. That's why we didn't do it the last time. But thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all on the next weekly wrap up.